All right, guys, Traversal ENT in the building, guys. Back with another one. Listen, guys, big video we got here today. Big video we got today, yeah? Pay attention, yeah? Pay close attention, yeah? Car, a lot of you lot are going to get verbal slaps across your face to wake you lot the hell up, yeah? Because there's a lot of dreamers in the sport of boxing. So we're going to break it down once and for all. Traversal's going to break it right down once and for all. Pay attention. And I will say this, once I give you lot this little take here, I want you lot to debate it and discuss it, and you best leave your comment down below on the comment section before I say anything else. Yeah? Hit that like button. Guys, do that because you already know this video is going to be sick. Let's keep it moving. I'm amped up for this one, yeah? Alright, look. We know your toolbox. You ain't got shh for me. Yeah? We know your toolbox. You ain't got SHIT for me. This is Errol Spence's mentality when it comes to Terence Crawford. Let me just say this straight off the bat. Crawford versus Spence, 50-50 fight. We don't know who wins that fight. Every fight has got a puncher's chance and whatnot, right? We got to see it though. But here's the problem. And for this video, I'm going to have to take up the Errol Spence cape. So pay attention now. There's this foolish thing going on about, I'm hearing left, right, centre, this foolish nonsense foolishness, where people are saying, oh, Spence is more one-dimensional than anything else. He fights one way and one way only. Crawford's got multiple different looks, multiple tools in his toolbox. He'll be able to handle the different looks that Spence gives him. Spence only fights one way, so it won't take it won't take Crawford too long to work him out, and therefore he'll get the better of him. Guys, are we in primary school, or as you lot say, are we in kindergarten? Is this elementary school shit? Is that where we are? Huh? Cause that sounds very elementary to me, you know. Oh, I think he fights one way. Yeah, he's got many tools in his toolbox. Therefore, he'll figure him out. Are you not serious right now? Really? You think a man becomes? Do you think a man becomes unified world champion because he only fights one way and, you know, he's pretty predictable and yeah, he's good at what he does, but as if there's no one else in the bruv. In the welterweight division, there's fighters that can do more than one thing. There's fighters that can do fight more than one way. There's other fighters that can do that too. Why don't they fight Errol Spence and beat Errol Spence if it's so easy to beat Errol Spence if you got multiple tools in your toolbox? Alright, here comes the first slap across your face here, people, yeah? I want you to wake up right now. The first slap across your face, I'm going to prove why. If the fight happens on the inside and Crawford fights Spence on the inside, yeah? Bring your face near the screen now. If the fight goes near the inside, on your stupid face, Crawford will get knocked the hell out if they fight on the inside. Yeah? Do those slaps sting your face? I hope so. Now wake the hell up. Now that you got your face stung, listen carefully. If they fight on the inside, it's not going to be much of a competition. Do you understand that? Crawford will get absolutely blitz if the fight happens on the inside. Some of you lot are like, nah, but Crawford can fight on the inside. Crawford's a dog. Guys, understand, I'm going to hit every aspect. I'm going to hit every angle. Yeah? So stay put. Do you know Floyd Mayweather when he sparred Errol Spence? You know when Floyd spars, people, the same thing they say all the time. Floyd is more daring when he's sparring than he is on the ring. When Floyd is sparring, at times he reverts back to pretty boy Floyd. He'll get in there. He'll really put it. He'll be on his front foot. He won't be moving as much at times. He's a lot more daring, a lot more risk-taking when he's sparring because, you know, the headgear they're wearing and Floyd's got good defense. He's a lot bolder when he spars. Floyd Mayweather tried to bring that to Errol Spence, if you lot don't know, in sparring. Floyd gave Errol Spence different looks. Now, you lot are the same guys that say, including the Roy Jones, including the, what's his name? It's gone out of my head. Antonio Tarver. You lot are the same guys, and everyone else who thinks that Crawford Spence has only got this one way, one style. You're the same guys who say Floyd Money Mayweather is probably the best to ever do it. You lot are the same guy that say Floyd is one fighter that knows how to give fighters different looks. That's a fact. Floyd can give you the boxer look. He can step and he can fight close. He can do Mexican style in the pocket. Pretty Boy Floyd did that against former opponents. In the pocket, one of his best fights he ever had, Floyd was actually fighting in the pocket. I thought it was one of his best fights because it was entertaining to watch. I don't remember the name of the Mexican, but I can find out. Floyd, when he was sparring Spence, he gave Spence all these different looks that you lot think Crawford will do Spence. And guess what Floyd found out? You know what he found out? He found out that when he fought close, Spence was getting the better of him. Spence was giving him work. So he thought, okay, cool, I'm going to counterpunch you. When it came to counterpunching, he found out Spence was patient. Spence stuck to his jab. Spence was smart and keeping distance. Didn't go according to plan. Floyd went on the ropes to goad and bait Spence in. When he did that, he found out this ain't working to my advantage because when I'm on the ropes, Spence is not headhunting me like I'm expecting to. The Philly show ain't working for me with this guy when I'm on the ropes because what is he targeting? When I'm on the ropes, he's only targeting my body. So now Floyd is running out of options. What did I just say? Oh shit. Yeah, he's running out of options. When he fights in close, he's not getting the better of the spar. When he goes to the ropes, Spence is only working the body. Floyd is pot-shotting, Floyd is tagging him and pot-shotting, no doubt, but he's getting his body pummeled when he's on the ropes. So he gets out the ropes, he starts his mobility and movement. Spence is patient. Spence is cutting the ring. Spence is patient. He's not trying to lunge, he's not trying to attack. He's patient, he's cutting the ring and keeping mental pressure whilst being patient. Floyd is impressed with Spence's patience, Spence's professionalism. When Floyd comes in close, is trying to mount an attack, he has to close the gap between him and Spence. Spence is very good at making that gap close ever so fast. It's tit for tat. It's very close when they're fighting. When they're fighting semi-close, but they got some level of distance whereby the jab is going to be the leading, dominating factor, it's competitive. When Spence closes that gap up close, he's winning it. When Floyd goes onto the ropes, yeah, he's letting off some pot shots and he's letting off some shots go, but he's taking too much body punishment at the same time. Spence is keeping Floyd consistently moving with little output. So yeah, Floyd has got plenty of tools in the toolbox. But the tools in the toolbox are not yielding favorable results. Now, some of you will say this, but Crawford's got more tools than Floyd even had. Okay, let's entertain that. Let's entertain that for a second. I want to shout out someone. Let me shout out this guy because I saw his video. He's got only about less than 400 views on that video. Shout out to the Real Marlow TV, yeah? I watched his video and this man was saying everything that I was thinking, yeah? He just ain't got the energy like I have. I can give it to you lot like raw, you know what I'm saying? So Floyd quickly found out that Spence is actually more than meets the eye, this guy. This guy is so disciplined in what he's doing, yeah? And is so technically, sound. He's so technically sound that he doesn't have to give you multiple looks. What he brings is more than sufficient to take care of the job. And that's the point that a lot of people are not getting through their heads. Let's go to Crawford. Done with Floyd, let's go to Crawford. See, now I'm making you lot think a little bit. Because you lot didn't see the sparring session. I didn't see the sparring session either. Do you think I've not spoken to guys that was in that gym? Do you honestly think that spar happened that long ago? And guys like me, I'm an investigative person, yeah? With connections in the United States. I've got connections in Miami. I've got connections in Texas. I've got connections in one or two other places, yeah? Yeah, and I'm the kind of guy, I will bribe guys to tell me information. Like, real talk, money's not an issue here. I will forward guys, wire guys money just to give me info. How ridiculous is that? But when the info is that juicy, it's worth it, yeah? That's what you're dealing with when Traversal ENT's talking. No BS. I can't be saying names. Oh, I paid this guy this much. I'm not gonna do that. That's stupid. I wasn't raised that way to be talking my business out to that extent. But I'm the kind of guy. Let it be known. Traversal ENT, I will bribe you to get information out of you. 100%. 100%. If I know you was in a sparring session and I want to know how it went down, oh, you best believe I'm going to get that information. And it's not a thing where guys are going to give me BS. You ain't going to BS me when you're telling me what's going on, because my line of questioning what you're telling me can easily suss out if you're chatting crap or not, because you're not going to be able to stay consistent. You get it? So I didn't see the sparring session. I'm not going to pretend that I saw it. But you best believe I know what went down in the sparring session. All right? Floyd did not dismiss Errol Spence from the ring for no reason, because he was giving him multiple looks and Errol couldn't handle the looks. You lot are stupid. So let's move to Crawford. Like I said, shout out to Marlow TV, yeah, the real Marlow TV, yeah? You lot are saying Crawford has shown us, Terence Crawford has shown us that he's got multiple looks that he can give Spence. Okay, I saw it too. But guess what? Terence Crawford has had to go into his toolbox and fish out everything he's got against opposition that Spence would have cleaned out. And that's a fact. Think about that for a second. Think about that for a second. I must say that again. Terence Crawford has had to go into his toolbox to fish out tools, all different type of tools, all different type of looks and styles against competition, lesser competition that Errol Spence would have cleaned up with one style. Then the question becomes, is it so much a case that Terence has got all these different looks that he can give you that makes him so great? Or is it more a case of Errol only needs to fight one way to clean up most of the people that fight in the sport of boxing? He only needs to adopt one style to clean up the majority of everybody, because they can't even get past that style of his. So why does he need to tweak it? Why does he need to go into his bag and pull out another look? Why does he need to show you something else when the same style he does gets the job done all the time? Why? Now, you lot are forgetful. Don't forget what Errol Spence showed you in the Mikey Garcia fight. Errol Spence, people are so stupid. Spence couldn't knock out Mikey. He couldn't knock him out. He didn't really hurt him like that. Yeah, the power's overrated. Yeah. Like, I couldn't believe the foolishness people were telling. Like, I could not believe the level of foolishness when Errol Spence went into that fight saying, people say I only fight one way. People say Mikey's a better boxer than me. Yeah, to Spence, that was a joke. People said Mikey was a better boxer than Spence. Spence thought it was a joke. And he said it's so much of a joke that I'm going to show you in this fight that this guy's not a better boxer than me. I'm going to outperform him in everything that he can do. I'm not going to go in there and bulldoze him. I'm going to outperform him and outbox him. Yeah? Because you lot think he's a better boxer than me, can outbox me? Well, guess what? I'm going to outbox him. What happened to Mikey Garcia when they fought? I'm listening. Mikey got outboxed. Mikey got outwitted. They said Mikey was smarter. He got outwitted. He got outboxed. He was outsmarted by Errol Spence, the guy that they said was less than Mikey in these areas. In boxing, they said Mikey was a superior boxer. He was outboxed. He was outjabbed. He was outwitted. He was outsmarted. Errol did exactly what he told him to do. And then when Errol started to revert back to his preferred style, the bulldozer style, the damage he was putting on Mikey was starting to look ugly. Ugly. Part 2. I'm gonna do a part 2. I don't like my videos going any longer than 15 minutes. I'm gonna do a part 2 to touch on other aspects of why we've seen everything in Terence's toolbox and why it's not gonna present much of a problem for Errol Spence. Listen to part 2.